Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about my interview with Macys, what questions were asked, what happened, and the outcome with it. So this is how I started with them. So I was looking for a job online through Indeed.com. I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out if you guys want to. And then it took me to a link where it said Macys was hiring for a visual position, right? So I decided to apply, and then I got an email confirming that my application did go through. The next day, I got another email saying that I needed to schedule an interview. So I got 4 days for next week where I had to choose my interview date. So I decided to go. It was, I believe, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Monday the following week. So I decided to go on Thursday at 5 because I was working and I just didn't want to leave like that. But at the end I had to. But I decided to do it for Thursday at 5. I received a call on, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, saying that the person wasn't going to be in on Thursday, the date I had previously made an appointment. So they said if I could come in on Friday instead, and I can choose between, I think it was 12 to 3. So I decided to go in at 3. They said it was fine. My outfit for Friday was white pants with a gray thick shirt, and then a nice necklace, my hair down, and these flats that have like this really big gold plate in the front. They don't look just like any flats. They look dressy. They look nice. So that was my outfit for that day. I decided to take the bus. I left like around 12 or 1. No, I left at 1:40, right? So I left like around 1:40, and then I took the bus all the way to downtown to Michigan Avenue. So once I was in Michigan Avenue, there was so much traffic, you guys. It was insane. So I started to get nervous. I'm like, should I take the bus? Should I take an Uber? Should I take a taxi? Oh no, am I gonna make it on time? So here comes the bus, and I jump in. Once I get off the bus, I looked at my watch and I see that it's already 3. I'm like, great, I'm late already. They're probably gonna say no to me, that I can't go inside, that I can't take the interview. So I started calling the Macys store through the same number that they contact me. So I called, nobody picks up. I was like, great, they're gonna deny me the entrance once I'm up there. So once I'm at Macys, I take the elevator upstairs all the way to the 8th floor. And this Macys is located on State Street. Just to let you guys know, I didn't mention the location because there's 2 downtown. There's one on Water Tower and there's one on State Street. So I applied to the one on State Street. So I take the elevator upstairs and I see someone that's working there, and I ask for the human resource office where it's located. So they just point to the back. I literally start running over there. And then there's 2 girls that were working there. I let them know that I'm here for an interview. She asked for my name and at what time was my interview. I said, Maritza, my interview is at 3. She's like, okay, have a seat. I'm like, oh, great. And I looked at my watch. It was 3:10, you guys. I was late. So I was like, yes, I made it a little late and I still got a chance. Awesome. So I look to my left and there's a girl sitting down and she's dressed up for this interview. So I start feeling like, oh no, I'm not dressed nicely. So she's wearing some black tights, a black skirt, and a black shirt on with all these accessories. She looks cute. I was like, oh great, she's gonna get the job, the position, and I'm not. Oh, and I really, really wanted it. This other guy comes in and he has these Jordans on and like this knitted long sweater down to his shoes, and then he has like baggy jeans, but they're black. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not that badly dressed up for this interview. So they asked for his name too. He's like, my name is Jordan. I was like, oh, okay. And then they ask for the type of interview he's there for, because there's many. There's the human resource, there's the beauty, there's merchandising, there's managers, there's other positions there that people come in to interview. So he's like, visual. He's like, calm and chill and like he got this. So I was like, oh, but he's not dressed cute. So I was like, okay, I guess, whatever. So I'm waiting there with these two other people. So this lady comes out and she's like, who's here for the makeup interview? And the girl raises her hand and then she goes in with the lady. They go to the back. It's like, okay. And I'm still there waiting. So it's 3:30 now. And this girl comes out of her interview. It was like 5 minutes. And she comes out walking. I was like, okay, maybe I'm next, or because she was there before me. So I'm like, maybe I'm next, or where is this person? I'm over here waiting, thinking that I'm late, and thinking that I'm not gonna get in. Here comes this guy, and then they let him know, hey, you have two interviews today, and they are waiting for you. So he's like, okay, tell me why the guy that's with the Jordans on, he's like, hey man, how's it going? And then the guy that's going to interview us, he's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, oh, they know each other. He's probably going to get the interview. Oh, he's going to get the job. Oh. So I'm like, okay, come down. So he's like, hi, my name is, I forgot his name. So I'm like, hi, my name's Maritza. So he takes me to the back. And then he takes me to his little office. I'm like, this is my office. Welcome. It's a mess, but I'm going to clean it. Blah, blah, blah. All right. And he's like, well, tell me about yourself. And I'm like, And I start talking about myself. I kid you not. I was nervous. So I tell him about myself. Then he asked where I was before. Oh, he's like, I see that you have 8 years with Forever 21. I said, yes. And he's like, wow, that's a long time. I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay, can you tell me what you did, your role, at Forever? So then I start talking about my role at Forever and what I used to do. And he asked why I left. He asked about my previous job, which was a nanny. He asked why the big change. He also asked about why I'm leaving that position. And he was really nosy. But I guess it's part of the job. So then he's like, okay, great. Well, this is what we do. So then he started talking about, so it was really short about, asking about me and what I used to do and what my background and all that stuff. So it was really short, and then he started jumping into what they do. So he starts rambling about, oh, this is what we do. This is the visual at Macys. So he started talking about they have 8 floors, their tree at the Walnut Room, their windows during the holidays, and how many visuals there are in every area, and that there's a difference between being a visual at Macys and a visual merchandiser. So there's two differences between them. The difference between being a visual is that you only deal with, of course, mannequins, windows, and displays. That's pretty much it. And everything comes from being creative. Everything comes from right here. Nothing is from corporate. So they don't have a budget. They can spend whatever they want on however much money they need for a certain area of the store to make sure that it's displayed correctly and to a T, pretty much. Which got me thinking, well, Forever never got that. We always had a budget, and sometimes our supplies were cut. So it was pretty cool to know that they were limited and freely to do whatever they wanted as a visual. They were able to come up with an idea as a team and make it into something. It was nothing from corporate. So they would come up with the topic, and then they're like, this is our topic and we need this much money, and then they got it just like that. It was pretty cool. So of course I was really interested in the job and the position. It's like I was thirsty for it. So then what happened? Okay, so he kept rambling about it, and then I felt really comfortable. I felt like I was gonna get it, you know? I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it, because he just kept talking about absolutely everything and what the visuals did and how that worked. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I have the knowledge. And then at the end, he's like, do you have any questions for me? I said, yes, I would like to know, if I do get hired, what would be my schedule? So he said it's usually from Monday through Friday only, and it's morning shifts, nothing past 5. I'm like, oh, it's pretty much from 7 to 3, but they usually stay like a little late to finish or whatever. But that was the schedule. 7 to 3 was their schedule. And weekends they didn't work except on the holidays, because you know the windows at Macy's, they're really detailed, so of course they're gonna take more time, and you know, depending on the project. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I asked about their pay, because he's like, yes, you're right, it's around $17. And I was like, okay, that's a good pay. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I was being too thirsty, or I don't know what it was, because I thought I was gonna get the job, right? And I'm like, okay, great. So if I asked, if I do get hired, when would I be notified? Because I needed to give my, you know, the person, my employee that I was working with, a date, so I can, you know, get going and put in my 2 weeks. So then I feel like right after that, he's like, you know what? I don't think you're good for the job. I was like, well, he didn't say it in that way, but he said it like, you know what? We'll let you know. But I see that you have more knowledge in being a merchandiser than a visual. I'm like, right, but I am a fast learner, and I'm really interested in the position. And he's like, okay, well, no, we'll give you a call. And then he's like, thank you for coming. And he shook my hand. I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, so I'm like, all right. So I left out of his office. The interview was about an hour, you guys. So I left the office. I was really sad. I was like about to cry. I was like, it sounded so promising. And then he broke my heart. So I called my boyfriend right away. I'm like, oh my God. He just kept talking that he was gonna, you know, hire me, and it sounded so promising. And then at the end, he said I wasn't good enough. I was like, oh. And then, you know, of course, he's like, calm down, okay? There's other jobs. You need to relax. It's for a reason. I'm like, okay. He's like, if you want to come back to Forever, there's openings at Forever. I was like, no, I want to work here. I want to work at Macy's. So, no, they never called me, and I never heard from them again. I was like, oh. So, no, I didn't get the job. I think the guy that was there got the job. But it's okay, because everything happens for a reason, and maybe I wasn't meant to be at that Macy's, or to work at Macy's for any given reason. I don't know. But yes, that was my few questions, my story with Macy's. Every time I see a commercial from them, I'm like, oh, I hate them. I haven't shopped with them, and I don't want to, because I'm sad and heartbroken that he got my hopes up and that he didn't give me a job. Whatever. Anyways, that's my story. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.